Alright, got another game for us. This one I found particularly satisfying. Not for any specific reason, but it was a lot of fun, so I figured I might make a video out of it. I'm just messing around in my own time, wasn't really trying to accomplish anything, as it were. Just been messing around with the M13 lately, trying to get a build that I like for kind of mid-range. And also recently unlocked the Kali sticks, so I've been running that as my secondary lately. First time running a melee weapon as a secondary, so kind of interesting. Actually surprisingly good. So as I said, no real game plan, just landing on bounties as I usually do. A few guys fighting on top of apartments there. Keep that in mind for later. I know at least 2 people dropped here. I saw another one drop further down. It's probably the guy that just got marked by the bounty I picked up then. But in the meantime, just looting. Not particularly happy with that shotgun and an Uzi. Something about the rate of fire of the Uzi that just throws me off. Like, I don't think the gun is that bad, for some reason I just suck with it. It's crazy. But I saw a silhouette up there. Not 100% sure if I did or not. Picked up the AUG for a second. I ended up going back to the Uzi purely because of the magazine size. The AUG has 25, Uzi has 40, and you definitely feel those extra rounds, so. Saw the upstairs window broken, door obviously kicked in, people have been here. Just clear that out carefully. Waiting on this dude, wasn't sure if he was going to stop and pull over for some reason, but he didn't. Fire around and see if he's enticed to come back, but he's not. No big deal. My kind of intent here is to get to this Jeep over there, throw my trophy on it, start cruising. Can't leave unopened chests, so here we are. But I heard a footstep, rewarded by the sound of a door opening. No more footsteps, so he's obviously creeping up towards me. Had a weird bit of lag there. If you look in the top left, packet loss jumps to 100%. Crazy. Thankfully that doesn't persist all game. I noticed that the spectator is still watching me, so I'm curious if he saw that as well in the kill cam. That was basically an automatic. Not sure. Saw this guy's silhouette on the roof. Something about the ground loot Kar 98 that I'm just not very good with. He was obviously pushing towards me along the rooftops. Doesn't know I have an origin though, so back off a little bit, let him get close. Hostile dropping in. I'm assuming it's the first guy I killed, that I was just standing on. Kind of waiting for him to come back. I hear a door get smashed open, so I know he's close. Some elevation on him. At this point I was thinking he's in the building under me. Quickly discover that is not the case. Thankfully he didn't see me. I don't mind making noise when I'm smashing in through like the upstairs windows. It's typically they'll hear the glass and they won't think that you're coming in through the top, so they'll start looking down the stairs, which works in your favor obviously as you come up behind them. Well, this guy's just straight up vanished on me. Stood nice and still for me for the first shot. Unfortunately you can't get the one shot head tap through glass. Gotta chase this guy and engage him, closer range. Luckily for us, the origin is dominant. Absolutely dominant in that range. Although maybe the R9 with the Dragon's Breath rounds that was added to the game recently. I messed around with it in Plunder a little bit, but I haven't tried running solos with it just yet. I will get around to that at some point. The R9's another one of those guns that it's just got a weird firing pattern and I just can't get it in my head. Footsteps in white. I don't ever read names, but I was, again, assuming that was the first guy I killed. He's gone back and taken all that loot. There was another trophy system in the low building to my right, and I was trying to remember where I saw it, if it was in that building or in the gun store there. I couldn't remember off the top of my head, so I just left it. Ideally I would have picked that up, so if this vehicle gets destroyed I can just go and grab another one. I have flipped so many vehicles driving off these cliffs that I take it much more cautiously now. It never happens if you're going slow, but if you just speed right over the edge, it seems to happen more often than not, so I'll learn to avoid that. Just taking my time inside the circle, letting it shrink so I get a better idea of where this guy is. You hear the glass break, so you know he's on the second floor. Thought it was a good time to see if I could actually drive up there, but you can't. Backed off. Worried about him stealing my vehicle, but I see him through the window there. Crack his armor again.
Bro, I can't see.
Okay. Actually, I didn't think he was still up on the second floor until I dropped in. That's why you see me like skitzing out with the mouse.
Requesting recon.
Thought I heard someone else. Recon tells me there's no one there. This early in the game, I am inclined to trust it. Pretty crazy if anyone had Ghost already. Because I've already got the UAV up, feeling pretty good. Buy another one for later. Get our loadout. Make a bit of noise, because why not? So the M13, the Blue Jay skin, which I'm quite fond of, and the Kali sticks, as I said before. Kali sticks have the fastest movement speed in the game, I think. Maybe the Uzi with all the speed attachments is quicker, but it's definitely the fastest melee weapon. You can certainly feel it as well. Once I unlocked it, I swapped from the knife to the Kali sticks, and you could definitely feel it. Heading for some more bounties. No real game plan, I just want to be mostly doing this to test out the M13. Like I say, test some of the builds. I've swapped a few attachments around. I've got a different optic on there than I would usually. I just sort of slowly working my way through the red dot challenges to unlock more, I don't know what you call them, radicals I guess. So I have to use the Viper red dot and get 200 kills. I think I'm at maybe 80 or 90 at this point. Still hear the chests in here, so obviously it's not... There's no one camping in it, so I wasn't particularly afraid. I wasn't checking corners or anything. Heading towards the bounty. I know the gas has to move in soon, so in his position I'd probably be heading over towards a vehicle. You mark those on the map, and then someone gets into it, it gives you a live ping, so you get like a early warning if he does. See him on top of the train in the back there. 713 is okay at range. It's pretty good when you mount it up. So we had a bit of a mounted battle. Pushing towards him, that's when I realised there's another guy on the roof. So these guys must have been playing.
Fucking faggot.
Want to finish that guy off as he self-res, because he'd be very easy to kill. Try to mount IQM, do the same thing. You notice there's a weird hitbox on this thing in front of me. The concrete block here. The gas has to push this guy. So while he's got elevation on me, I do have the better position, if I'm patient. See that he's scoped in. I'm not going to be challenging a sniper with a kind of mid-range assault rifle. So we just wait.
We got recon online.
Pop that just to be safe. Don't want him hitting dead silence or something and flanking far to my right. See on the minimap, gas has pushed him off the roof. Pretty easy kill. He's already very weak, so I guess he had been fighting that guy for a while. Not much armor left. Don't care about that loadout. I didn't want any other weapon. I'm going to mess around with the melee. Mark that guy in the UAV. So I've got some more direction. Notice there is a trophy there, so the munitions box will destroy the trophy that's on the vehicle. You just heard it pop. Use the munition, pick up the trophy, put the new trophy on the car, and that'll destroy the munitions. As you can hear. So, back at it. Swap to the M13 before I get back in. Trying to get between this guy and the zone, so he has to rotate towards me. Yes, we've got another friend in another car. Let's keep my eye on him as well. He's got a trophy, so I'm assuming he's a bit of a hunter. I was pretty sure this guy was going to be a bit of trouble. There's our friend, closer than expected. Easy kill on that guy, but you see the vehicle right behind coming up at me. My priority now is to get somewhere safe so I can plate up again, so I can deal with this guy that's chasing me. Almost flip it. He's gone around the hill though, so I've got plenty of time to plate up. Taking the time to look around, make sure there's no one else looking down on me. Yeah, just pretend that didn't happen. So now all I'm thinking about is this guy. We're in the zone, both in vehicles. One of us has to make a play at some point. I wasn't really intending to be the first one. I would rather let him try and then counter it. Looks like he's swapped to the passenger seat to shoot at me, which is a play, I guess. Not particularly effective. A little concerned about my plates. Got none. So I'm still willing to engage this guy. He seems to have lost interest. So head over to the buy and get some more armor. Taking advantage of the third person perspective when you're in the vehicle to look into both of those buildings and to look over all the walls around me. Try and make it as safe as possible. Get as much information as I can, while I can. Looking for bounties, heading over towards where that car guy was driving. Maybe I'll run into him again, maybe not. Not seeing his abandoned Jeep anywhere, so I assume he just kept going. Grab another bounty. Jumped onto the hood of the car, then to the ladder, so I spend less time actually climbing the ladder and being super vulnerable. Not a huge advantage, but I often use vehicles, particularly trucks, to get into advantageous positions. I kind of make a habit of that whenever I can, just to build it up into my muscle memory. Rotating over towards the bounty. Sort of keep my eyes open, see if we get into any trouble on the way. Starting to wonder if he's on top of electronics here, hoping he's not. Notice there's a whole pile of loot there. Satchel and some plates if I need it. Very convenient kill. He was obviously shooting at someone. Ideally, I get to run that guy over as well. And there it is. Tried to C4 me, but the trophy saved me. As is its job. The satchel. I think they've updated the satchels. Whenever I pick it up, I get 8 plates there. I just pull it out of a chest. It's kind of nice. Mark a bounty here and it vanishes, so I know there's someone in this junk food place. I don't know what this is. Burger King, I guess. Put a stun in. Turns out he's not there. I think he must have thrown a stun grenade there, because if he threw a C4 at the vehicle, that would have been a death sentence. But thankfully, the trophy destroys all tacticals as well. That's behind me near electronics. Probably the guys having won their gulag coming back for their stuff. I don't remember that skin. Easy kill on that guy. Put in mid-animation as he's trying to C4 my vehicle. The trophy has expired now, so I don't want to be using the vehicle as a weapon anymore. It's just too dangerous. As you can tell by the amount of people that have thrown C4 at me in this video alone. So I've got one more guy in here. Push the car in there, but I get away from it in case he's trying to blow it up. You can probably hear me running, but hopefully not. Maybe he thinks I'm still near the vehicle somewhere. So flank all the way around, come in at a different angle. Peek to the right, you see the guy in the second room in there. Unfortunately, that guy shows up at the worst time. Peek through the little gap, see if he's following. He's not. He missed his stun. I was thinking about retreating a little bit. These two guys got into a firefight. Works well for me. Both distracted. Sounds like one's dead, the other potentially injured. Some stuns in. Take him out. In post, I realized that he threw C4 onto the car to get a bigger explosion. At the time, I did hear the C4 hit, but I didn't realize what he was doing. A clever play on his part. Heard more footsteps out the back here. Not sure where, so I just bum rush around the corners, hoping to run straight into him. He would have heard me sprinting there, so we're probably aware of each other. Throwing stuns into the pile of loot and trying to bank a frag off the wall into the bathrooms there. Just trying to clear an area. I had another footstep over there. Zone's coming in, so he's going to have to roll towards me. So instead of fighting over there and then having to also run from the gas with him, just retreat and get a better position. Get some elevation. A little bit risky turning my back to him here, but let's go as quickly as I can. The guy in the distance. There's our friend rotating in nice and close. Here I was half watching the guy I was shooting and half watching the other guy for some optical glint. I really didn't want to get popped by him. The last bullets into that guy as he gets up. His weakened state. Push around to a bit of a different angle. Try and get a visual on this guy. No idea where he went. See the vehicle on the minimap just went red? That could have been our guy, rushed over there. It's going to do odd to me that he would retreat from that situation, but he could have.
Bounty contract identified.
See, he's jumped out now, so I know there's someone over near that buy station.
Target has been marked. Kill them.
Had a munitions box or an armor crate. Just blast into a room, see if I can find the guy. He's either above or below. Listening to the surface he's stepping on. And just the orientation. I don't think he's above me at this point. Not sure if he knows I'm there or not. I did sprint around, but being cautious. Your door smack open, so he's not up here anymore. Shots in the distance, but not at me. Pretty clearly below me. The gas forces me out. Thankfully this guy, I don't know, a bit of a bot. Didn't hear me, didn't see me. He had the right shield, which gave me some hesitation, because good players with the right shield can be a real pain in the butt. Still concerned this guy's over here. For good reason. Another bot. Kind of weird. Whenever I slide, I always try and slide past someone, which is good practice with a gun. You don't want to slide directly into them. But for some reason, when I'm sliding past people, I can't hit them with the pilot sticks. I found that to be a pretty consistent problem, so I need to train my muscle memory that when I'm using that to slide directly at them. Gotta get that into my head. Oh, that's alright, not a big deal. Getting pretty close to the final zone. Just checking that all my stuff is covered by gas. I already knew it would be, but can always hope, right? Marking bounties where I think the loadout is going to drop. I start sort of rotating over that way because I want to be in the area with the planes, not out in the open fields to the left. I'm going to move my selections up a bit because I know the loadout is going to drop in the zone. Turns out it drops to the left anyway. Try and get down as quickly as I can, just in case other people are rushing towards it. Made a mistake here. I wanted to grab my M13 again. I grabbed my loaded MP5 class instead. So this doesn't actually have the fully loaded perk, it just has a pistol that also uses 9mm ammunition. And that has the fully loaded perk. So see later I swap weapons to trade the pistol out, and it's just a single pistol instead of the doubles that I usually run. That gives my MP5 full ammo without costing an attachment slot, which is nice. Got a flash up there, just make it a bit easier to clear. No hit markers, don't really have to check over there. Clear the top floor, elevation is always great. Those are the doors, so nobody gets a weird vantage on me. I get an audio cue if someone's coming into the building.
This is Falcon 3-0. Good copy. UAV beginning flyover.
Pop a UAV just to see how many people have Ghost.
10 remaining.
So I've only got 3 on the radar at the moment, so I know the heartbeat's not going to be very useful later on. Looks like we've got 4 now. Trying to peek through the window and find this guy. He's obviously rotating towards me, hoping to get out there just at the right time.
UAV is out of fuel. Returning to resupply.
But he's just sprinting straight on in.
Fuck.
Easy kill on that guy. Pick up his AR. Is the Kilo 141. It's not a bad build. Not what I would usually run, but not bad. There's a long period when I first started playing where I loved the iron sights of this. I think I ran it with no stock even, although that's been nerfed since those days. But I might have to try this build again. At this point we just take it slow. Sitting at 16. Got a few left. Just waiting for the gas to push everyone closer. Get them all within MP5 range, ideally.
Only 5 remain. Finish your mission.
Doesn't hurt to throw a few heartbeat pulses out there. Not really expecting to get any information from it, but we've got time to kill, so why not? I prefer to fight them at MP5 range just because I know exactly how this weapon handles. Whereas the Kilo, I've got a pretty good idea, but because I didn't build it and haven't used it before, not 100% sure. Never really want to rely on a weapon you haven't fired. Gas is coming in. You hear a sniper up on the hill. So I know where one of the enemies are. I know that the guy I killed before also had a sniper rifle. With a single pistol there. Contemplating sniping at that guy. Realize that that's not as important as gatekeeping anyone coming in from that direction. I need to keep this building for myself, so the sniper on the hill is not a huge concern. He's no threat to me at the moment.
To the new safe zone.
While it would be nice to kill him, sure, it's not really a big deal. No one's coming in, we'll go and peek him again. I don't know if he's up on this tower or not. I don't see anyone up there. Pretty silly move for him to actually be there, but he was. It was kind of incredible to me. Gonna play it up and peek. Hopefully try and catch him as he does.
Gas moving in.
Getting blasted from the right, obviously. Took a shot, probably took a plate and a half, maybe 2. I sort of go phases with the sniper. I go through phases with the sniper rifles. Sometimes I'm really good with the HDR and awful with the others. Sometimes I'm really good with the Kar 98, awful with the others. Sometimes I'm just awful with all of them. But Really, it wasn't my day with the AX-50. There's a pretty easy jump you can do out that window to get on the roof of this building that I'm in currently. Took a shot at it, wasn't too committed. Not necessarily a very useful position to be in. I know there's a guy in this blue shed, and I know there's a sniper further to my left. I'm worried about this guy being right up in my face. Across the open as quickly as possible. Comes at me with the Origin. Fortunately just a little bit too far away. I know where to look for this guy. Go prone and beam him. Prone obviously to make myself as small a target as possible. Get on an even playing field with that guy. While I was playing, I didn't really pay too much attention to what the build on the Kilo was. But I think it was the longest barrel, monolithic, 60 round mags, the Commando foregrip, and tac laser. So if you want to build that, that's how to do so. Go ahead and show what I was actually using. M13. With the Viper reflex, we got the Kali sticks, beat a few people with those. Running restock with the stuns and frags. Didn't really make much use of those, but there you have it. There's the MP5. Looks like I forgot to show the pistol build, but it's exactly the same as the other one. They're dual pistols, but instead of a Kimbo, I just have fully loaded.